Kyle here. I've been working in the yard all evening. I've been waging a war against these little sticker burr grass, whatever it's called, spur weed. I hear my dog's got something hemmed up back here in the back 40. I'm gonna go back there and see what that's all about. My only real goal for today's fight is to go really high and then just kill the motor and glide down. Somebody asked how do I put on the reserve. I'm gonna go ahead and show you that. My reserve is steerable, so I've got the left and the right, and I've got toggles. When you deploy this thing, it comes out with the toggles locked in. You clip this bag on. I just put some quick carabiners on there so I can clip it to my harness. And you can really clip it anywhere. As long as you route the left and the right correctly, you can basically situate this anywhere you want to. I'm gonna clip it on my lap. I'm gonna clip on and I'll show you how to do that, and then let's go. First things first, make sure all my real connections are on, the important stuff. There's a cigarette lighter in my pocket. I'm not gonna fiddle with that. It'll be fine. Sometimes the stuff in your pocket though, sometimes with things in your pocket, these leg straps, as the motor lifts, it'll pull up and slide that stuff out of your pocket. So it's always good to empty your pockets before you do any flying. It's just a cigarette lighter. I got 10 more where that one came from. To mount the reserve, first I clip the reserve container on, and I just find somewhere good to do it. I'm gonna clip it right here on my swing arms. It's a good spot. And then I take the left, I clip it on the left carabiner and turn it down out of the way. I take the right and clip it on the right carabiner, turn it down out of the way. And then I just clip into my wing as normal from there on. So let's do that. And I've got this little Hadron XX. I really would prefer to have a bigger wing, but this just happens to be the one that I had in my truck. I don't feel like switching them out, so that's that. We're gonna fly the Hadron XX22 for this mission. And I'm not really dressed for high altitude flying, so this isn't an altitude record attempt or anything like that. I'm just gonna go high, just climb. I'm not gonna go up and down and loiter around like I usually do. I'm just gonna go up till it gets cool and then be done with it. That be that. Clip up. Little power, feel my wing. Oh. Let's see what the hell the dogs are barking at. There they are right there. Probably a rattlesnake. The little one's laying down. She's usually the killer of the two. Nah, she's up now. There ain't no telling. All right, so let's get to climbing then. It already feels better. I heard a rumor today that somebody mowed something in their yard for me to look at. And it's this yard right out here. Let's see if I can make it out. I see a letter. I see a S-I. I can't really tell when I'm straight over the top of it. I can see it better at an angle. I'm making myself aerodynamic. Save me an ounce of gasoline. I doubt it. I should have brought an altimeter with me. Coming across a layer of turbulence, it's probably just one of those shear zones. I can feel the temperature cooling off a little bit. You know, just a note about this nitro. I've been holding steady 6,900 RPM since I took off. Oh well, since I started climbing. And the engine temperature has stabilized at about 450 degrees. 450 is not too hot for one of these engines. I don't feel like I'm gonna burn anything up. Getting a little oscillation in the wing. I think it's just because I'm going through a little turbulence or something. I'm just gonna put a hand on one toggle and sort of dampen that. Love you guys. Just a shout out to all the positive comments that I've received on the YouTube channel. A lot of people are really getting some enjoyment out of this channel. That makes me feel good. I never actually expected it to get this big, so thanks everyone. Anyone who's made a comment, I try to answer all the questions that aren't readily available elsewhere. Yeah, makes a man feel good. Thanks again. Kind of hazy up here. Visibility is not that good today. It's not super duper clear. No big deal. Wow, when you get a lot of altitude like this, it really opens up a lot of options as far as bailouts. Like if your motor was to quit, I mean, I don't know how high I am. I'm guessing around 3,000 feet HEL, just as a visual reference. Shit, if you're 3,000 feet off the ground in nil conditions like this, if it was to die, we'll call it 6 to 1. 6 times 3 is 18,000 feet. That's over 3 miles. I could land over 3 miles away. That's with safety margins. Starting to get a little chilly now. May not go up too much higher. It has knocked the sweaty warmth off of me from doing that yard work. I'm gonna let my engine idle for just a minute. Watch the temperature come down on my CHD gauge. When it drops down below 400, I'll kill it. All right, there we go. All right. It's just the sound of the wind now. Wow, so awesome. These are such awesome machines. I can feel the little bit of turbulence that I was speaking about earlier. I don't even think I'm going to do any tricks today. I think I'm just going to ease along. Yeah, so I mentioned that I was waging war on these little sticker weeds. During the winter, you kill these things during the winter time. So I poisoned every one of them that I came across, everywhere I knew that they would grow. I enjoy walking around barefooted, but those things hurt when they stick in your feet. They just irritate the piss out of you. And it's the seed on these things. And the seed has a little spur on it, a little spike, and that spike sinks in. So what I found out is right now, this time of year, those things are all bundled together on the top of these little plants. I can spot them in the yard pretty readily. I was just sort of monitoring them for the last year to kind of learn their life cycle. It's a blowtorch you hook to a propane tank. I've just been walking around blasting these things out of the yard. It's quite therapeutic actually to just use a flamethrower. I've just been dragging it around and just torching these damn things. Hopefully I've got most of them. I at least got them everywhere that I walk generally without shoes. I won't have to tippy-toe through the yard and pray I don't hit a sticker. I don't know, a couple years of poisoning and flamethrowing and maybe I can illuminate my entire property of these things. Yeah, I just hit kind of a right weight shift. I got the brakes stowed. Every now and then a little fluff of cloud will come by. I know you probably can't see it with the GoPro. It's not that readily visible, but I can see it with my eyes. Let's do a left weight shift. Go back out of the sun. I'm gonna throw a little brake on just to slow down that wind noise. I don't know if y'all can hear that or not. Try not to stall it. Woohoo! I dive it. And I'm gonna let it fly again. Alright, let's start manipulating the toggles a little bit. Setting up my approach pattern. I think, well, there's my wife leaving. I wonder where she's going. Bye, Jen. She probably sent me a text or something while I was climbing. I'll figure it out. I think I'm gonna come through the gap on the east. Yeah, I'm gonna come through the gap on the east and just sort of, yeah, that'll probably be a downwind landing, but being that it's Neil, it's okay. Maybe I can run it out without tearing up anything. I've landed this ship downwind before. When you're setting up your approach, your brain kind of gets trained to look for, oh, how do you describe it? Your aim point. Some stuff moving up and some stuff moving down in relative to your field of vision. And that tells you where you're going, where the stuff is coming is not moving relative to what all you're seeing. That is your aim point. That's where you're going. So I'm gonna try to shoot this thing where I don't have to use the engine, and I'm gonna land right over there by the truck. Every turn you make, you're gonna lose some altitude. And I've still got a fence to clear too, so there's that. I think I'm pretty close. Yeah. Oh, landing into the sunshine. I shorted it just a little bit. Couldn't outrun the wing. That was a downwind landing. This is where I usually land anyway, so no biggie. That was pleasant. Still warm down here, but I feel oh so much better. I've actually been chilly just a few minutes ago. Yeah, sometimes it's not about a huge epic flight. It's just about getting some, you know? I don't know if you know or not. You feel better after a good flight. I feel great. I feel twice as good now as I did before I went. So there's that. Some sort of critters all over my wing bag. Thought they were ants for a second, but they weren't ants. So that was it. I'm gonna go shower up and maybe hit the sack early tonight. Of course, I've got some editing to do now, and I can do that while I'm laying down in the bed. Again, thanks for the feedback. Thanks for the positive comments, the appreciation everybody is showing for the channel. So that's cool. That's cool. I'm gonna try to keep them coming. It's something that I was doing anyway as far as the flying. The editing just pretty much keeps me from pestering my wife all the time. So secretly, I think she's happy that I'm doing it. Tomorrow's Monday Mayhem. I may not do as many videos in the coming week. I've got to get my gear rounded up. I'm doing hopefully SIV clinic this coming weekend. It's my birthday weekend. Go do some stalls and raise some chaos in the sky for my birthday, I hope. We'll still have to see what the weather's doing. It's too far out to tell now. I will be back with you soon, so don't feel abandoned. I got some good stuff coming. Kyle out.